Oh, there you are, YouTube, at the farm, checking out some of the fruit trees. We don't farm fruit, but we have some fruit trees on the property. And the apple trees, for some reason, we just cannot, I don't know, the bugs always get to them before we do, and we don't want to, put pesticides on them, because then you're eating pesticides, I think. I don't know, there's probably something safe, but we just never get to enjoy the apples. We do the pears. The pears always seem to be okay, but the apples, we're never able to eat them. Like this one's shriveled up, and here, look at these. On the outside, it looks like, well, no, I don't know. There was a time when these looked okay, but look at that big old mess. You just can't eat them. We've never been able to eat the apples. They've always rotted out or bugs got to them before we ever could. This is our, I thought it was a nectarine, but these are fuzzy, so I guess they're peaches. We had a white peach tree somewhere else on the property. I think this one's normal, but this, I don't know if we actually have the climate for peaches because they never get any bigger than this. Maybe these are apricots. I don't know. We never eat anything off of this tree because it never really gets to that point. It's in the shadow, but yeah, never eat anything off of this. I think this is a cherry tree right here, but I'm not sure if this is it. Let's say this is the cherry tree. We've only gotten one cherry off of it ever. And like one single cherry is all we've ever seen on it, and we ate it. But I'm not seeing anything this season. The pear tree is always reliable. Whenever it fruits, we can always eat it. Bugs never attack it. I'll let this truck pass. Bugs never attack it. I mean, bugs will eat it, but we can get to the fruit if we want to. And we've made pies with this. We've made tarts with it. I think my mom has even pickled them before. And right now, it's still a little early, but if I do ever want to eat any, I'll just look for some nice ones on the ground right now. Those are usually the ripest, and eat from there. I had 2 this morning. But it fruits very well. I mean, you can just see it everywhere. Pears everywhere. Yummy. Trying to get a fire going, not sure if it's gonna happen. Some of the wood's wet, and I don't know why, but whenever we try to get a fire going, no matter how dry it is, it just never really spreads. Just kind of burns in this one area. But this burn pile is enormous. So we're doing something wrong, but we don't know what. It's kind of going, but I don't think it's gonna last. I think it's just leaves. Mostly what has burned down in this area was just leaves, and otherwise it's kind of died out, and that's kind of just what's happening here. So I don't think it's gonna catch any of the wood. I just don't know what we're doing wrong. Just made beef tacos. It has some pickled zucchini in it. It has some guacamole, beef, cheese. These are flour tacos. Mine are corn. And oh yeah, there are black beans in there too. And then we have some leftover black beans too that we'll probably have it also as a side. I'm excited. The tacos were good. They were enjoyable. A lot of different flavors working together very well. The beans were great. The pickled zucchini on top was wonderful. I love that added vinegar taste to my tacos, plus it added a nice crunchy texture to what otherwise was, ground beef and mushy beans. You know, they were like not fully refried, you know, smooth or whatever. It was just kind of like mashed a little bit, and that was good. Just overall good dinner. And while working tonight, we watched Raiders of the Lost Ark, and that's always good. I love Indiana Jones, but he wasn't like, he doesn't have like huge nostalgia factor for me like a lot of other 80s, 90s properties do. But, you know, I think he's great. Like, I have a great time watching those movies. And an interesting thing, I probably said this in a past vlog, but whenever it comes to the Indiana Jones movies, for the most part, if somebody gives me the option to watch all four, and they want me to pick one, I'll usually pick the fourth one because I don't know it as well and I want to get more acquainted with it. As acquainted with it as I am the other three, because I think we all know the original trilogy fairly well, but the fourth one, you know, a lot of people don't like. It doesn't quite fit in with the rest. It just seems like this tag that was added afterwards that people just aren't into. But yeah, for me, that's the one I want to put in because I want to know it better. But we didn't do that today. Today we put in Raiders. Anyway, I think I'm going to edit this and head to bed, so perhaps I'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.